Brisbane after Peter Rapps had put the kick in for touch. Greg Quinn now. Brigginshaw with a late tackle. Icehurst.
Process of elimination that Greg Pearce fears more than any other team in the competition.
Yes, but I think they've all got to have early nights and think about the game.
Mitch Brennan, a goal to Graham Wynn, a scrum win now to St George, and that's a horrifying 6-2 count in the scrums to St George. Penalty. Graham Wynn and his brother, is it? George Grant. Don't tell me the Wynn boys having a bit of a chop at each other. I think it was Graham Wynn and George Grant.
To try and break up the Canterbury defence. But either way, I'm sure we're going to see a very tight, hard final.
Well, and I'm certain that young Peter Smith felt that body charge of Bob Jay. That certainly was a...
Smith. A little bit of a punch-up going on here. Robinson. And I think it's Jeff Bugden having a bit of a set too. And I hope this goes quietly. There's a lot of players trying to separate players at the moment. There's not much in the way of punching going on. Just the two. I think everybody else raced in just to quieten the action down. Is that the way you saw it, Barry Ross?
Yes, they were the two players involved originally.
Well, let's see what the referee's going to talk to them about. Can we capture what instigated that problem? George Paponis and Robinson standing on the left in the blue corner at 188 pounds. And now the white corner with the blue top. Let's see what happens. Now there's Robinson coming through on the burst, and he's obviously run into Bugden and been tackled without the ball, I'd suggest. And that's when the business hit the fan. And Robinson appears to be fairly aggressive. He's got him in a bear hug. There's a little bit of mass hysteria taking place at that stage. You'll see George Paponis cooling things down here. He's got his arms on the back of Robinson. I think he's trying to pull him away. And I hope neither of these lads get walked for it. From head on, there's the action. There are two little groups of action. There's Robinson and Jeff Bugden having a set to. A lot of milling around. I suggest 99% of that was trying to stop other people doing things.
And on the fifth tackle, right in front of the posts. Shot for field goal, it was smothered. Squadrito has it. Tackle carried to Swift. Jim Swift about 8 metres out. Niscott. Strong, powerful centre, can't force his way over. And there's going to be a penalty there. Stone. You'll see plenty of that hard body contact between these two sets of forwards. Wynn standing wide, he loves it out there. More often than not, he's able to make a break. Right on halfway, playing at the hook at that.
Ballooning it over the touchline, and the scrum will go down a few metres on the North Sydney side of halfway. Scrums, North Sydney's way, 6-2. Penalty count, North Sydney 7, Queensland Country 4. Hello, hello. There's been a little bit of a disagreement by the look of things. Willie Tarry came out of there. Down on the New Zealand line, George Paponis taking it out to Rodonicus. He looks for the opening. Had Rod Morris running with him, but the Australians have now lost the ball, and there's an altercation between Tommy Rodonicus and again involves Kevin Tamati, the second row forward. He plays it. This will be a knock-on. Knock-on against both sides is the ruling, and a scrum will go down on the Australian 22.
Thought that should have been a free kick then, right? Came off a New Zealand player and hit another New Zealand player in an offside position.
You thought he was offside, Graham, did you?
For sure.
last a couple of weeks. His shoulder in a sling at this moment. Gavin replaced very early in the match. Ian Thompson, one-hander back to Vorton. That was a good kick by Cronin, taking them 11 metres into New Zealand's half. Craig Young. Oh, a swinging arm, very, very much too high from Kevin Tamati. The uprights, because Chris Anderson had his, and Greg Brantnell had their feet over the goal line. Oh, and now tempers fray a little. Dennis Williams and Les Boyd. A quick ball to Alan Smith, juggled in. Lease up the top, Neil down below. Keogh, Henniker, a dummy on the outside and switch of play back through Keogh to Keith Harris. And by golly, I tell you what, Keith Harris will is entitled to consider himself a bit lucky, unless my eyes were playing tricks, but John McLeod's not any better for the incident I'm talking about.